Hi there, it's Jess. So here I'm going to apply an acrylic set on a client. First of all, we're starting off by sanitizing our hands just to make sure they're nice and clean. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cuticle pusher sprayed with alcohol to push back the client's cuticles so that they don't get in the way of the acrylic set. Okay, so once I've pushed back all of the cuticles, I've asked the client if she has had any issues with her nails. I've inspected the nails to see if there's any contraindications. The nails are all fine, so I've continued on. The next step, okay, so this client needed a couple of tips, so I've popped on a couple of tips with some glue, and once they've set, I'm going to trim them back to the desired length. So just me trimming the nail tips here to the same length as her natural nails. Okay, so once I've done the tips, I'm then going to file blend the tips into the natural nail so that there's a smooth surface to apply the acrylic onto. Also going in one direction to make sure that the nail doesn't heat up with the file. Okay, so here I'm just going to apply some swipe to remove any of the dust so that there's no air bubbles in the acrylic once I've applied the acrylic. Also to remove any natural oils from the nails. Okay, so here I'm applying primer to the natural nail so that we can make sure that the acrylic will adhere to the natural nail. Okay, so the primer is on. What I've done is I've filled a dappen dish with some acrylic liquid and I'm just cleaning my brush there. And I'm just going to dip my brush into the liquid and then I'm going to place that into the powder to form a bead. Once the bead is formed, I'm going to apply it to the client's nails without touching the cuticles, but getting as close to them as I can. I'm just applying a clear set of acrylics here, as my client is going to have a gel polish over the top. I'm just patting down the acrylic to make sure it's smooth and even. Okay, so I've finished applying the acrylic to all 10 nails. Once they've all dried, I'm going to file them into shape. First of all, there you could see I was filing the growth channel to make sure it's all nice and square, and the free edge. Now this client likes a square nail, so I've held the file flat. And now I'm just filing the top to make sure it's all nice and smooth, so that when the gel polish goes on, there's no dips or bumps in it. And just going in one direction, just for the comfort of the client. And here I'm just going to buff as well to make sure we get any scratches out, and to make sure it's nice and smooth. So once I've buffed all 10 nails, then I'm going to use some swipe to remove all of the dust. Now this is just a clear top coat. This client has a gel polish kit at home that she does her own gel polish with. So I've just done a clear top coat so that until she gets home, it'll keep them protected. Okay, so the clear coat's done and it's dried, and we're going to finish off with some cuticle oil on all of the cuticles and the hyponychium to make sure they're nice and hydrated, and then I'm just going to massage them in to finish off.